Jackie Chan, the world's #1 action hero. Star of Operation Condor, Rumble in the Bronx, and Super Cop is back, on the loose, and in your face.
Hi.
Hello and welcome to Too Old for This Shite, the podcast where we rewatch movies from the 80s and the 90s and Christ knows whatever else. This week we're going to be talking about Jackie Chan's excellent Indiana Jones style movies, Armour of God and Operation Condor. I suppose we decided to rewatch these because we've been on a bit of a kick and looking at 80s. Well, obviously we're always looking at 80s movies.
Well, aren't we?
We're normally looking at horror movies, but we started looking at some crime and action things. Just wanted to do something a bit different, and I always had fond memories of Jackie Chan as a child, with him climbing down my chimney at Christmas. And
Jackie Chan as a child, or if you had fond memories as a child?
He was a
of
child
Jackie
when
Chan.
I was a child,
yes.
and he accidentally kicked Santa to death one year. He mistook him for a ninja.
Oh, Ninja Santa.
Yeah, and or a corrupt official of some sort. And he ended up having to be Santa Claus for one Christmas. And that was the year.
Was this actually a film?
No. It'd make a good film though,
In
wouldn't
real
it?
life. That's what I was wondering. I was like, this sounds like a film.
The Santa Chan. But yeah, just decided that we go and start looking at some Kung Fu movies. And like I was saying, I always had fond memories of Jackie Chan movies. Remember actually, my neighbour was really big into Jackie Chan when we were young. And it's really weird. I looked at like one or two videos and read up a few bits and pieces about like the Armour of God series, obviously before we did this. And there seems to be different versions of it over in America. It was like part 2, Operation Condor, was released first over there. But it sounds like it wasn't distributed really well. I seem to remember being very young watching this, that nearly it came out on video almost instantly in Ireland. And it would have been an English dub of it, so I don't know what was going on, and quite frankly I don't care.
Yes, you still don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I just remember seeing them when they were really young, and they're really good.
Yes.
They're brilliant films. Jackie Chan,
Consummate
fucking brilliant.
entertainer.
Yeah,
Yes.
excellent entertainer. I don't know how many things he's been in. I'm not fucking IMDb. Maybe I am. The IMDb has become sentient.
Yes.
And just forgets everything. And
Very
forgets
shitty
words,
IMDb,
yeah,
yes.
and has to do like 50 takes just to introduce a podcast.
Yes.
Speaking of IMDb, I suppose it's time for some facts from IMDb before we get started. Well, actually, I should give the plot of both movies. Right.
Yeah, go on.
Armour of God is the first one. Where Jackie Chan is hired by this baron. I don't know where he is. He could be German. I think he's Spanish, quite possibly. Where he has to retrieve... Or no, they want to borrow the Armour of God from him. So there's some satanic cult is after kidnapping his best friend's girlfriend. And if they can bring all the pieces of the Armour of God, and this baron has 3 of the pieces, the cult have 2, they'll get the girl back. So... That's
there you
it.
go.
That's like, these aren't plot heavy things. This is not like...
Yes, it's just an opportunity to show off lots of stunts.
Armour of God II, they go looking for Nazi gold in the Sahara desert. It's pretty much it.
Yeah, so it is basically Indiana Jones.
That is more Indiana Jones,
Yeah.
yeah. So a couple of facts just before we get started, I suppose, just to get people into the whole thing. The first fact is Jackie Chan has admitted in interviews that the reason he's Wheels on Meals, a movie from 1984, co-star Lola Forner was cast in this film was she was the only European actress he knew. So
there you go.
And now some facts about Armour of God II, Operation Condor. Steve Tartaglia, famous stuntman I'm sure everyone knows, was set to play a major villain but fell out of favour with Jackie Chan when he crashed a crew member's motorcycle, having taken it without permission. Bold man.
Tut.
Chan personally demoted him to a smaller role. That's like an amazing fact
Isn't
for
it?
people. Yeah.
I love the way it's just said, like, you've just robbed a motorcycle and crashed it. Like, most normal people are like, you're fired. He's like, you're not fired, but you're just not doing the big stunts anymore. You'll do the smaller stunts.
I've one last fact.
Go on.
During filming in Morocco, some of the cast and crew contracted a tropical disease and were stung by scorpions.
Lovely.
Isn't that
As
amazing?
you do. Oh, fucking tropical diseases. That actually all sounds like terrible claims that you'd have to, the insurance company would have to put up with as well.
No, probably.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Do you know, it's like there's theft, there's crashes of motorcycles, there's tropical diseases, there's scorpion stings. That just sounds like an absolute
it went,
horrendous thing
I
to
think,
have to
3
do.
or 4 times over its budget. It went, I think it was like 9 months or maybe a year full shoot, which is a long time for a movie.
Yeah.
Very
like
long.
A week is a long time.
That's normally
over.
when it goes like that there's issues. I think not the last Mad Max, but the Mad Max with fucking Tom Hardy in it.
Okay.
Fury Road, was it? Like, that went on shooting for ages, and it was like a really difficult shoot, and him and Charlize Theron notoriously despised each other. I don't know why they won't tell me. I keep asking, but they won't tell me.
Pretty
I keep
please,
getting
just
this,
tell
please
me.
leave me alone.
Yeah,
Stop
cease and
following.
desist.
Yeah, stop following me to my jiu-jitsu classes and dressing up as one of my children. And he just won't return my calls. But yeah, and so I suppose the box office. Do people really care about the box office?
Well, I suppose just for an indicator of, like, did it actually make his money back? Did it make a lot back, or did it flop badly?
All I'll say is it did very well. Both of them did well, and they were both received really well.
Yeah.
Armour of God, the first one, it did well enough. The second one did an awful lot better. Operation Condor. Chan was trying to do it, I suppose, to like fucking rival the Hollywood movies at the time. He was reported of saying at one stage that he thought that karate was dead or kung fu was dead in movies. So it was like big stunt and big action pieces. And I think you get to see, like, Armour of God, the first one, there's more kung fu in it.
Yeah.
Or karate or whatever, whatever.
Martial arts.
Martial
shall we
arts.
call it.
Yes, that's a better way of saying it.
Yes.
Whereas in part 2, there was way more big stunt pieces. Like the last set piece, it's set in a Nazi underground air carrier that's got like fucking giant fans, and it's like a vacuum thing that they use for testing, like simulating planes flying, and that goes on for about 20 minutes, I'd say. And there's some fucking like really, really creative and amazing stunts in that, which we'll talk about during the whole thing.
Yes.
But yeah, that's kind of like just laying down the base for people who aren't aware of
Laying down the
movie.
base.
Yeah, and like from here on in, there's going to be spoilers. So if you don't want any spoilers for any, and like really, you can't really have spoilers. You know what's going to happen. It's not like Jackie Chan is going to get fucking butt fucked at the end of the film, like or skull fucked. Sorry, not butt fucked.
It's not Epstein Island here.
Yeah, like he's obviously gonna
save the day. Yeah.
So you've been warned from here on in. Spoilers. So
maybe watch the
there you
film
go.
before you listen.
So I suppose if we kind of talk a little bit about both films, just to kind of like say, starting off with Armour of God 1. I personally really like that one. I think it is more of a martial arts movie than Condor, but it's not really much of an Indiana Jones movie. There's a lot of action at the start.
Well, in fairness, it's a bit sort of Temple of Doom-y, would you not think, with the cult?
A little bit. Well, the Cult now are brilliant.
Yeah.
There's one guy in it.
Like the band, the Cult.
Yeah, I recognise him from films, and I suppose he'd get that, like, oh, it's that Dick Miller guy. I think he's been in a ton of things, and he's like, I don't know what he is in the Cult, if he's the priest or the leader of it, but he's a fucking big, massive, bald guy that looks like your man who played the Tooth Fairy in Manhunter.
Oh, yeah. I know.
He's like bald, but like they've all got like mad eyebrows. But there's like, it kind of starts off that you think there's a handful of them in this cult, and turns out that there's like thousands of them, and they're all living underground. Well, not underground. They're living in a massive mountain that you can't get access to, only from. I don't know. It makes no sense. It's not meant to make any sense. But like, there's lots of scenes where like Jackie Chan is like having karate fights with these guys, and then the big scene at the end with there was like these 4 hooded martial artists appear, and then they take off and they're like big afroed black women.
Yes, that
with
was
stilettos.
insane. Yeah.
And it's fucking a great action scene.
Yeah.
Like, your women are brilliant in it.
Oh, they're fantastic. They're like, they're nearly better than Jackie Chan in it. Like, they're absolutely violent, and they're like so skilled, and and they're doing
so
everything he's
fast.
doing in stilettos.
You forget with like the Hong Kong and the Chinese kind of movies from that period, and as well the 70s, that it was just so fast. And I think like when Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon came out, it changed things up a bit with like the wire work and the bullshit, where it was more, I don't know, gentle or kind of more...
It's more elegant or something, I know, and very, So
Whereas
this
like
was just like super
powerful,
fast. Yeah.
Powerful. Like, one of the things that I noticed that you don't see in too many films outside of those is that there's a lot of moves where people get kicked in the legs, but the leg kick is so fucking vicious that it kicks the legs out from underneath them and they face plant.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so effective on film, and there's lots of where people just get like fucking thrown into a wall.
Yeah.
But the scene at the end, like with the 4 black women, that's amazing. Like, I mean, the thing, I suppose nowadays you'd have people try to hold back, whereas it's like he's fighting for his fucking life. And like, I mean, there was like one bit where he punches one of them, a double punch in the tits, and she's like, and she just kicks the shit out. But it's brilliant.
It's
totally
ridiculous in
unexpected.
comedy. Yeah.
Like, it totally unexpected. And the thing, I suppose, in Operation Condor, there's more chase scenes in it. Like, there's one with like about fucking a dozen Volkswagens. It reminds me a lot of the Blues Brothers.
Yeah. It's just cars going everywhere and basically fucking...
Yeah, but there's like one scene when they started crashing that it nearly looked like someone, like some giant was picking up the cars.
Yeah,
and
it was just like
them.
some kid playing with dinkies or something, just throwing them all over the place.
And then it was like Jackie Chan was on his motorbike in this one, and then there's it's just, I don't know, it's so hard to explain because so much happens in about the space of 5 minutes.
But
or
it
10
is,
minutes.
it's like, again, I think we were saying this in one of our previous podcasts, it's like the stunt coordination in this, because most of these are done for it, like there's no fucking CGI in these films, like, and the stunt coordination and the abilities and the skill levels and the precision, it's fucking phenomenal. Like, we spent most of the 2 films just going, oh my god, Jesus Christ, oh my god, look at that. One of the things
where I think the worst thing about the first Armour of God is it dips dramatically in the middle. Like, I mean, it's really exciting intro with him robbing, I can't even remember what he's robbing. He's trying to rob something from a tribe, a kind of Indiana Jones style thing, and that's where he jumped onto a tree. Like, as well, Jackie Chan does all these own stunts. He jumped onto a tree, fell fucking about 5 meters or something like that, cracked his skull open, and of course production was put on hold for a while because, and then as well he thought that it happened because of bad luck, because he had his hair cut short, so he wouldn't return shooting until he had his hair grown long. But like, I mean, there was numerous, like, Jesus, in the 80s Jackie Chan was everywhere, and the 90s on talk shows, and it was always a thing like, oh, I've broken every bone in my body 3 times over, because he was just doing and they were like mad stunts, and they were like innovative stunts. Like, there was a lot of things that like weren't really after being done before. He was like someone who was like really pushing the envelope.
They were surprising and quite shocking as well. And like, there were a lot of stunts, as I said, that you're looking at, you're like, Jesus Christ, how do they allow this to happen? This fucking stunt is like so dangerous looking, you know.
The car chase in the first one is amazing, and then it kind of goes James Bondy, where he escapes in a little little car that he has inside his car. It's just really good, but then after that it dips. There's, I'd say, about 40 minutes where
there's a bit of a lull in the action.
And the characters, they're not like, I don't know, they're all likeable, and Jackie Chan is really likeable, but there's not enough propelling it. I think in Operation Condor there's more characters in it, and there's more diversity with the characters in it, and it's more comedy. They knew, I think, what to do by that stage. And the cult isn't really in it that much, and then when they are in it, they're just kind of like, oh! You're just like, what? And I don't think we ever really find out who they worship. It's just like their old god, which seems to be like a stone snake head covered in moss.
I don't know, it doesn't really matter, I suppose.
No,
it's just really like they're a cult, which is... Me. But I mean, that was a big thing, wasn't it, in the 80s? Like, a cult. It's always like, just the word cult is like, oh, they're evil if they're a cult. You know?
But like, I think definitely the fight scene at the end, that like defines that movie. Whereas in Operation Condor, it just feels like there's not much of a lull in anything. It's just constant action the whole way through it. The chase scene with the cars is amazing, and that seems to go on forever. Then it just goes to, all right, we're going to this place, and it's another action scene and another action scene. There's 3 actresses in this, which Jackie Chan is kind of like accompanying, I suppose.
Yeah.
That they're meant to be helping him, but it's like him protecting him. They're very funny. They were quite obviously meant to be the comedic relief in it. Which is normally they don't play him as.
Well, but again, you're harking back to the Indiana Jones kind of thing, where you have like they're strong, they're capable, they're well able to fight in their own right, but they have that kind of comedic thing going on as well.
They're meant to be really clumsy.
They're clumsy, but like they can fight, but they're clumsy. But again, it's harking back to sort of it's Indy's Marion. It's it's you look at any of the heroines in any of the Indiana Jones film, they're like that. They have this. They're well able to, like, for women, like they're well able to put up their dukes and fucking fight back, kind of a thing. But like you said, they're kind of clumsy and they just fall into these weird situations.
Like really clumsy. Like there's a lot of slapstick humor in it. It works really well. And like there's a bit with her where they're I think they're meant to be in Morocco or someplace, and they're being pursued by Nazis who want to get the key off them so they can get into this vault where the gold is. These Arab guys, which they never really elaborate on,
fully
that they're after finding out about it, and they're kind of like the comic relief as well, that are trying to get the key off him, and all these people try breaking into the room and it erupts into this big massive fight. But when they're fighting out in the yard, the Spanish one, she ends up getting a hold of like a fucking light fucking machine gun, and it
nearly
just
decimates everyone in the whole building.
It looks obviously it's not live rounds, but geez, it looks like she really can't hold on to.
Yeah.
And then there's another scene later on where she has an AK-47 and she trips, and like, I mean, the fucking the female actors in it as well, they quite obviously are doing their own stunts in it, and they get this shit bit out of them in it. Like it is one of those things where it's like, Jesus Christ. Like at first we see it in both films, they don't shy away from women being like,
exactly,
getting the shit bit out
front and centre doing the stunts as well, like
it's just like both of them are just, I think, amazing.
Bananas.
I think Jackie Chan has done so many films over the years, and I think he's probably better known for, well, obviously over here for the westernized ones that he's after doing, like Rush Hour and all that.
The buddy cop ones.
Where I do think like people should be going back. And I suppose there's probably a distribution factor in it as well, where they were hard and people were getting confused with like which one was which.
Yeah,
because they were released out of sequence in America,
and the subtitle and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and apparently there was like when they were released on DVD at first, then like out of order. The Operation Condor had like, I think nearly a half an hour, maybe 15 to 15 minutes cut out of it. It was redubbed, and so apparently that's like a bad version. We saw the original versions of them, and so I can't really comment on, but like I think those things play into kind of a thing. But I think they're well worth like people going back and watching again, or kind of like discovering for the first time.
Yeah,
because they're fucking, the action in them is far better than anything you're going to see in a modern movie.
Well, it's fucking far more interesting than watching fucking Transformers clobber the shit out of each other when you can't even see what's going on, like, because CGI is just too up close and in your face.
I think there's something special as well about knowing that it's like Jackie Chan is doing his own stunts. It's the same thing like where people get excited about Tom Cruise doing stuff for Mission Impossible. Yeah. Where they kind of go, fuck, he's really hanging off the plane, where you kind of go...
Yeah, it's not like fucking green screen or whatever. Yeah. It's like, there is that element of like, wow, there's a human being that's actually carrying these things out. They've actually done this, like.
But it's why you don't really see too many, like, big fight scenes in movies anymore. They're normally just like, I think The Matrix was the pinnacle of stuff, and then after that with like Western, they were like, we can either copy The Matrix or just fucking stay away from stuff. So then it just got into this kind of like a couple of punches and things, or gunfights.
And fully enough, actually, I was going to say, but there's been a few films since then, and fully enough, Keanu Reeves has been in a lot of them, like fucking John Wick.
John Wick is very good. Like, but I would say that like the action in the Armour of God movies is better than John Wick. Yeah, like John Wick, I think, is amazing. But there's something about with the John Wick movies where I've looked at them once and I don't want to go back looking at them again. You look at the action, you think, that's quite good. Like, it's all right, but a lot of it, a lot of gun stuff. It's a mixture of jiu-jitsu and fucking, bits and pieces like that where you kind of go, like we did jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. And
jiu-jitsu is great, but the way it's done in the John Wick films, you would be shot.
Like, hold on, I want to get you into a triangle.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, can you maneuver around onto the floor? But of course, that's our experience as not very experienced jiu-jitsu practitioners.
Say in a martial arts setting, kind of say, like we're bound to say because we did jiu-jitsu would be way more effective than karate. Up close.
Yes.
Like,
but as I said, that's dependent on being able to grab someone and tackle them to the ground kind of a thing,
But karate looks better on film.
Yeah.
I think,
or judo and all the rest.
Yeah, and wushu, wushu is just like, it looks great on film, but like, you're not going to do shit.
Yeah, and Krav Maga looks cool as well because it's very kind of...
Yeah, and Krav Maga is like totally ineffective. It's nearly up there with Aikido. It's like, it's easy to do all that stuff and you got like a willing partner that's like going to let you fucking take their hand and put them on the ground, whereas like, the great thing about jiu-jitsu is like, anytime you're training against someone who's trying to rip the fucking head off you. It's like...
I don't know.
Well, didn't you get your neck fucked up for the
Yes,
life
I know,
round?
but I'm not going to deny the efficacy of like the likes of Krav Maga and all the rest. Don't armies use that as well?
No, they don't. They get trained and it's not effective at all. You look it up. It's not the same as Aikido, but like it is one of these things where they sold it big time as self-defense for women.
Okay.
And it's just...
are you scoffing at self-defense?
No, that's
for
how
women
they started like pushing it and they were like, the kind of like the Jewish army use it and this and that, and it's like they don't. As far as I know, anyway, I've seen a lot of different people talking about it, saying like it's just not effective. And even like I've looked at bits and pieces where you kind of go, like, it'll give you confidence, I suppose. Same as any martial art. You're better off knowing it than not knowing it.
Well, I think Sam and Dean Winchester and Supernatural, isn't that what they use?
No, they don't. They just fucking point guns at people and throw salt. And then like have a fucking... a talk that brothers would never have, either on the bonnet of the car or when they're driving along in the middle of the night, where it's like, pull over and get some sleep. Yes. You're going to crash. There's going to be some poor person walking at home.
Yeah, and they're just going to get sideswiped by some lad staying awake too long driving.
But
yes, back to Jackie Chan.
Yeah, back
and
to
all the dangerous stunts.
I suppose the things about the films as well, it's weird looking at them now because, like, say in the first one, there's not much that kind of dates it, I think, to the 80s. Well, there's quite a lot.
There's quite
attitudes and stuff.
Attitudes and clothing and everything, yes.
Yeah, but it's not like too egregious. Whereas what I found in the second one, what kind of got my eye was like someone had a laptop.
Oh, right.
And I was like, how the fuck was there laptops in like 91? And it was like, then you kind of go, oh yeah, sure, it was like nearly the size of a tank. It took up half the bed that they were in. But So what did you think of like the characterization of it?
I enjoyed it. Like, I mean, it was very light-hearted and fun and all the rest, but there are certain points as well that was kind of, I don't know, some of it was a bit throwaway. It was kind of like, you don't care about your ex-girlfriend that was kidnapped, so you're happy to let her die then? I was like, yes, I am. Some of it was just, I know some of it might have been lost in translation a little bit and all the rest, but sometimes you're just taken out of it a little bit by the poor dialogue in it.
Well, yeah, I think as well, say, as a character, kind of say, like in the first film, he's Asian Hawk, and then in the second one, he's like Condor. But
maybe he just graduated to being a bigger bird.
But I think in the first one they give a little bit more backstory. Oh my god! Yes, but in the first they give a bit more backstory. Where he's like an ex-pop star, somehow became like a Tomb Raider thing, and he's like internationally known. And then it's like it's his friend that was he was in the band with, who was like now a big pop star, is the one that gets in contact with him. Saying so, you get to know. Second one, there's nothing about his history.
It's just like straight away. It's just like he's just going off doing a bit of martial arts.
It's just because we were after looking at the first one, and it was the same Baron that he was talking to in the first one that's now working for the UN, and was like, hey, look.
There's loads of gold. We'd like you to go and retrieve it.
It'd be better if an Asian person did it so we don't get implicated in it. And it's like, alright.
Yes.
And then he just seems to have a bunch of Asian people working for him.
Why not?
Yeah. But yeah, and like the rest of the character, like we were saying, the first one, like his sidekick or the guy that he's quite good in it.
Yeah. They have, that's the thing, they have a nice kind of a buddy kind of a thing going, like, you
and
know.
the cult, even you kind of get to know the cult a bit
little bit,
as well.
yeah.
Like they are very much like comedy cult as well. Where you
God, yeah, it reminds you of something off fucking the BBC in the 80s.
It's not like
or something.
Rosemary's Baby or anything like that. They're just like in black cloaks. They've like really bushy eyebrows, but they all know kung fu. I was quite tired watching both of them, but what was the one where they all started doing some weird dance, and he was like, oh, why they're all doing some weird dance, but they're just calling for extra help. What was that? They were doing some mad little dance. What the fuck?
It was just, obviously I'm
I
really,
have no idea.
They all started doing this like comedy little dance, like, and they're all kind of laughing at them. They're like, oh, look how funny.
Oh, that was in the Operation Condor, was it?
Yeah.
When they were.
They all started doing this like baffling little sidestep shuffle thing, and it was really fucking hilariously out of place, and they're all like, haha, look at them, they are so funny in their native ways. And then it was just like, oh, fucking hundreds of them started popping up. But it was just all these bizarre little asides like that.
I suppose that's the thing as well, that like we were just saying about, like, say, the time capsule of it. But like there's quite a lot of things that haven't aged too well in it, like, and then both films start off with a kind of a throwback to Indiana Jones stuff, or Temple of Doom, or not Temple of Doom, fucking
Raiders,
where he's robbing from like native tribes, or primitive tribes. And like the first one, like the two of us were like, Jesus Christ, because he starts basically going unga bunga bunga,
kind of like taking the piss out of their native language, and more or less calling them spear chuckers and stuff like that. Now, the two of us are like, oh, cringe, oh shit, oh god.
Now the action sequence is really good.
Yeah.
And then in the second one, which was maybe nearly 10 years later, it's not as egregious, but it's so where he goes into it. It is actually quite funny. He goes into a temple and he's robbing these jewels, and there's these two guys sitting there that look kind of like something out of Dark fucking Souls. And
I thought they were more like a Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, they're just weird, kind
weird
of like
masks.
And he's taking the gems, and they're like, "Oh yeah, work away, yeah." And he's like, "Are you sure?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, take whatever." And then he drinks some of the water, and they get really angry, and then like a load of them surround him. And there's another kind of like a Chinese guy there saying, "Oh no, you shouldn't have drank the water. You should have just took the jewel."
Water, yes. Now you have to be her husband.
Yeah, and it's this big, huge woman that's like,
it's like, hi.
And then he gets chased by him. And like, I mean, I suppose I was thinking at the time as well that the attitude towards women was fairly, but it's not really. It's like they get hit. But it's not like Jackie Chan is slapping him around the place going, "Oh, you stupid bitch, why didn't you do this?" Like,
no, it's actually,
some eggs.
Insofar as I think it's actually kind of progressive, because the women are actually involved in the fight. They're not these helpless dames standing off to one side like, oh no, getting rescued. They're actually rolling up their sleeves and getting involved in the fight. Well, there is
one bit where the three are just getting beaten up, and it's very kind of like anime kind of style, kind of like, it's like this guy is just beating the shit out of him, and then they keep getting back up, kind of putting their fists up to fight him, and he's like, silly women, and then he knocks him down again. And when we're looking at that first, I was like, Jesus Christ, like, I mean, they don't, like, because you wouldn't see that in the movie now.
No.
But then you kind of go, they're Nazis.
Yeah, they're meant to be evil.
A Nazi isn't going to be like, I'm not going to hit a woman.
Yeah, it's like, of course a Nazi's going to slap a woman. Yeah.
Like, or shoot her when she's in the car. Just like mind her own business. They do that too, apparently. But yeah, other than that, I think it's aged quite well. Like, you know, there's nothing in it where you kind of go, oh, fucking hell. Like, there are some things in Smokey and the Bandit when we were looking at it, and we were like, oh my god, that wouldn't fly nowadays. But like with that, and like, I mean, like we were saying, because there's no CGI in it, it's like pre-CGI era. Everything is like fucking practical. All the stunts, that like holds up better than today.
Oh god, yeah, it's like hyper realistic, and it is. It has the effect of like every time a stunt happened, like our jaws are on the floor, because you kind of forget, as I said, how fucking dedicated these stunt guys were, and Jackie Chan, because obviously he was doing it, and how fucking much they took their lives in their own hands.
Like we were looking at, like there's a lot of ones that you'd think that they're not necessarily simple, but like that they're not like say as big as some of the other stunts. So say a thing like with the cars going through a crowd of people.
Yeah.
Like we saw there was a few bits in that where like fucking hell that guy's after getting hurt, like where cars kind of sliding, you see him hitting people.
Or like doing the usual where they're going through a crowded market and there's a load of boxes getting scattered and like there's workers or whatever and it's like they're scattering around in front of them and it's like they're cutting it a bit fine before they run away from in front of the car and it's like fucking there's.
But even the thing with like when he was fighting some of the henchmen, there was one or two bits where you see people like falling on the ground and like they bounce their fucking head off the ground where you kind of go, my God, like that fucking had to hurt. You know, but like all those things that they age it incredibly well. Yeah. Whereas like there's some action scenes that you look at now that they're, even though it's not fully CGI, there's like it's enhanced by CGI. I
and it is, they're not going to hold up at all. They're not even holding up as even it is.
Like sometimes with guns, they don't seem to even fucking have it loaded with like fucking caps or any of those things anymore, blanks. Yeah. And there's no
pew, pew,
pew. So it's like CGI, like little gun blasts, nearly like something that you do on like Adobe fucking After Effects or something. But like that I think it's after really holding up well. Yeah. With it. And like we were talking about the people that were in it, but like say if it was made for modern audio, or if they ever remade it, who could you see playing Jackie Chan's part now?
Who? Interesting. Jason Statham would be hilarious.
Jason Statham is probably the only person that I would know
who has the chops, or actually maybe Keanu Reeves as well, because he actually is probably the only one who has the martial arts training and the ability.
But like it's not bad that they're the only two, whereas like say in the 80s there'd be a bunch of people. And even like the thing, say even in the 90s we wouldn't know, maybe that's just our fault that we haven't been following karate movies or kind of martial arts movies, where I'm sure there's a lot of different guys. But remember that like it was a Tony Jaa that was in Ong Bak, and Jet Li was massive
Jet Li
for a while,
for a long time.
But I couldn't tell you one like
current
martial arts star at the moment. I know I think they after doing like a sequel to Bloodsport, and there's a guy that's in that. I don't know, but he's been in a few different bits and pieces, and I keep seeing him popping up on like these B-movie karate things. But even with fucking like the Mortal Kombat remake, there's like Karl Urban is like the biggest star that's in it, and like,
it seems to have gone very like Western centric or something, isn't it? Interesting to see the likes of oh God, what's her name? Oh, her name just totally escapes me now. Fucking the Umbrella Corporation. What's her name?
Oh, Mila Jovovich.
Yes. Yeah. And kind of do a kind of a flip of kind of a gender stuff.
Well, that's the thing. I think there's probably more female good action stars, and it seems to be a lot of these female stars that started off in say dramatic roles, so like Mila Jovovich for one, Kate Beckinsale. Charlize Theron seems to be after turning into an action star now. Eva, what's her name? Is it Eva Green? She was I think she's like doing a lot of action movies now as well, where it's all these people that you kind of go, what? And like, fair play to them for doing it. It's good because like they're great actors anyway. But yeah, I think there's probably, off the top of my head, I could take a more female action. Whereas like say, even like in the Expendables, they're not like karate kind of guys.
Yeah,
like
they're
people
just like big bulky sort of like action heroes kind of thing.
With it, so I think it'd be hard to recasting it, and like the thing is, I hate to say, it's no offense to the women that were in Operation Condor, but I think you could nearly get anyone to play those roles. Probably someone like Emma Stone would be very good. Yeah, actually I could see she has a kind of comedic kind of thing while still being fairly physical, or oh God, what's it, Rose Byrne? Yes, actually, I think Rose Byrne is brilliant. Kirsten Wiig, get all the cast of Ghostbusters 2016 back together. How bad? But like a lot of the action stars now, it's like it's people in fucking like in Marvel movies, and I wouldn't necessarily consider them action stars, because it's like, I think Idris Elba said it in an interview where he's like, I fucking hate doing these movies. He was saying they put you in front of a green screen and spin you around like a fucking tool for half an hour. Yeah, it's all CGI. Like it is. Like, that's the thing. That's what I was going to say. Fucking what's her name? Fucking Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I wouldn't. She's done a load of action.
Actually, she's
but
done, as well.
But I wouldn't consider her an action star, whereas I would with Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, no, I would. No, she's done like a lot of Luc Besson things, and she's done a lot of her own stunts and stuff as well. And she's someone as well that started off as like an indie starlet, and then went on doing an awful lot of action. Like, I mean, geez, that's nearly all that she does.
Translation was her big thing, like back in the day.
That's what kind of Ghost World. And
was that her?
Yeah, and Tora Burt or something like that. I don't know why her name came into my head, but I've never even seen the fucking film. But, you know, and now she's doing like Jurassic Park movies but like, I mean, she was doing her own stunts for the most part in the Avengers, where it's not like your man playing the Hulk that's like, oh, well.
Well, he can't really do that. Not that many people can turn green.
He could eat steroids for a year.
And just have a little button on his back where he's like, right, steroid out.
He could
green.
easily do it. Easily. He just doesn't really want to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Lazy bastard. But, I'm trying to think of what else. Like, I mean, I suppose if we were doing this on the Versus thing, and we were kind of, say, marking it out, and we're not going to, but the like, how rewatchable it is. You know?
I think they're very rewatchable insofar as, like, there's great stunts. Do you know what I mean? And they are something, again, it's the whole thing, the spectacle is, are there sort of iconic moments and stuff like that, which I think there's a lot of those in them. There are so many great stunts, there's so many, you could sit down and rewatch it really slowly, frame by frame, to actually kind of go, Jesus, how did they do that? Holy fuck, how did he manage to jump that high in the air and kick two people in the nuts at the same time? Do you know what I mean? So I think there's a lot of that in both of the films.
Yeah, and like, I mean, it's, say, looking at it from a technical point of view as well, it's shot incredibly well. Yeah. Like, they did that 80s thing where they were travelling around the world to exotic locations to give it a thing. It's directed very well. There's some weird editing at times in it, but you kind of forgive it because it's like, it's not Martin Scorsese fucking doing it. It's meant to be an action movie. Yeah. That's what you're there primarily to see it. Yeah. The acting is pretty good in it, I think, all around. Jackie Chan is just... He's Jackie Chan. He's like, he's just so likeable. And
that's the thing as well. There's all these stupid little quirks that gives it it's his own little moments and all the rest. You know, the way where he's like, he kind of flicks his fucking chewing gum into his mouth kind of a thing, and then misses.
He could not listen to him speaking and get a sense of the character. Yeah. I know we're saying you don't get much backstory or anything like that about it at the start, but still you kind of know he's a good guy. Yeah. He's a nice guy. He's like kind of mischievous. Yeah. And stuff, and he just, well, in the first one he's a little bit more like Han Solo, where he's like, why the fuck should I help you, I want money for this. Yeah. Whereas in the second one he's like, he goes ahead, he's risking his life.
He's a good guy just because.
But like, rewatchability, I easily watch the two of them again. Yeah. In a heartbeat. Like, I regret not looking at them sooner, because it's been a long time. Like, we haven't looked at any of those movies since we've been together for a very long time.
You say that like you just are so cheerful about that.
Yes, I am.
A very, very long time.
Yes, a very, very long time. But it's, I think they're great. I don't understand why you wouldn't.
You sound like Tony the Tiger there.
Yeah, they're great. So, like, final judgment.
Judgment Day.
Dirt by snoo. But yeah, I think I'd go up, because we were originally going to do a Versus show where it was going to be Police Story versus Armour of God. And then after we saw the first one, I was like, I'd like to look at the second. Now, there is a third one, but it's not an official third one. I think, I think it's called Chinese Zodiac. And there's talk that they're going to do a fourth one. Now, personally, I think, like, I don't know what he's going to do, but, like, I mean, I think Jackie Chan is probably a little bit too old to be fucking jumping pirouetting around and stuff,
and swinging out of trees. And
sometimes things are just better left alone. Like,
what age is he now? Like, I mean, he must be older than us. Like,
oh God, of course he's older.
No, like, I mean, a good bit older than us, and we're old. We're creeping up into our 50s. Like,
I'll tell you now, like, he must be in his fucking 70s.
Go on then.
Yeah, he's 71. Yeah.
Good Lord. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like,
that's, I know, you don't want some 71-year-old fucking breaking a leg.
Like, last Indiana Jones movie, It wasn't awful, but I don't think I'd ever look at it again. Unless maybe it was like, it was on television and we didn't have access to the internet, and that was like, you know, you kind of
That was the only thing to watch.
I look at it, but like I wouldn't go out of my way to look at it again. And the one with Shia LaBeouf in it, The Crystal Skull, we rewatched that a while ago, and
that wasn't great.
yeah,
No.
it's like, I mean, I don't think they're as bad as people make him out to be, like, but it's just like, you know, just sometimes just leave things alone. They belong in a certain time and period, and certain director is doing them. Where, you know. I think that's going to be the same. Maybe just leave Armour go. Now, the one good thing that might happen from if they do a fourth one, that might kind of reinvigorate people's interest, and people might go off and look at the first
maybe
two.
he could be like a kind of a Baron type in this, and he could be sending other people off out to look for
I
it
don't
and stuff.
think he's going to do that.
You
He's
know?
going to, like, people, like, I mean, you probably have to pass the torch, but I think this was his baby.
Yeah.
With it, like, he was really invested in these movies. But yeah, look,
Yes.
that's it for this week.
Short and sweet, because just like a Jackie Chan film, that's all you need. You just enjoy it and have some fun while you're at it.
Yeah, that's it. They're good movies.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
there's
that's it.
nothing
You
else to
can't
say.
say anything bad about Jackie Chan, in fairness.
Yeah.
It's like he's likeable, it's enjoyable, it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Shut up and go and watch it, basically.
I think it's what probably made a mistake looking at two of them and doing a show on two of them, because like we can't really want to start doing little deep dives into shows or into movies, kind of like going forward, where if we do it with two movies, we'll be here for hours. And as well, wants to talk about action scenes. It's kind of hard to do, I think.
Oh, I'll talk forever about action scenes. And then he did this, and then he turned around, and then he said this, and then he said this, and then she said that back to him, and then he kicked him in the face, and then all his teeth exploded out the back of his head.
And that was the ad for quit smoking. But yeah, look, if you got this far, thanks very much for listening. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell everyone you know to tune in. And next week, we'll be back with one movie. One movie. Yeah.
One.
So until then, take care. Arrivederci.